Moving to another state, here's what most everyone runs into in this situation. They have a house to sell and they have to sell that house first before they can get the new one. But what if you didn't have to? I'm going to share with you a program that we have here in-house at our current bank that allows you to buy your new house and move into it before your current one sells. So here's what that means to you. It means stronger offers, less stress, and a smoother transaction into your new home. That's what it means to you. But it also means that you don't have to worry so much about the house you're trying to sell. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to share with you the program. I'm going to share with you how it solves the problems. And I'm going to give you a couple different scenarios that this could apply to. Okay. So we're talking about relocating. Okay. So you're moving from one state to another. Or maybe it doesn't have to be another state. It could be Northern California, Southern California. It could be Northern Texas, Southern Texas. Doesn't matter what it is. It works the same way. But right now, there's a lot of migrating going on right now. And migrating for different reasons. One very popular one is new job offer. You got a job opportunity in a different state. You have a house to sell. It's a headache. You want to get into a new one as fast as you can. But you have to wait for this one to sell because you're using the equity and yada, yada, yada. All the stuff that you're going through, right? So here's a couple different scenarios. So I'm going to go to my notes, okay? I don't edit these videos. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a loan officer that has good data for you. So bear with me. I'm just a regular guy. So the problem is you're relocating. You find the perfect house. The problem is all your equity is tied up, right? But you can't afford 2 mortgages. You can't just buy 2 houses. So that's the problem, okay? Here's the other thing. Selling your house could be difficult. Why? Because maybe the market you're selling in isn't so hot. Maybe there's a lot of different buyers, but there's also a lot of different houses available, and maybe they're just not, so fast to move in your market. So maybe the properties aren't moving as fast, or maybe you have a lot of clutter in your house, okay? But what if you could move all that stuff out into your new house, throw the clutter away, of course, move the good stuff into your new house. Now you have a vacant house to work with. Would that make it easier for you to sell your house? Of course it would. Then you have maybe hotel expenses. Maybe you're like, all right, we'll just sell our house, live in a hotel for a while, and then we get our new house, all that stuff, more money, more problems. And then here's the other thing. Maybe you found the home of your dreams. Maybe you found the home of your dreams and you're like, man, I wish we could get this house, but we have to sell that one first, and it's not even on the market yet. I haven't even spoken to my agent about selling the house, so we're not even ready. We have to lose the house of our dreams. Those are the problems. Those are the problems that exist, but they're not truly problems when you watch this video because I have your solution, okay? We have an in-house program called NAF Cash. What my bank will do is they will buy your house. My bank will buy your house in cash, and it's yours, okay? It's an agreement. You have an agreement with the bank, okay? So our bank puts your file together, pre-qualifies you, puts you through underwriting, make sure you can fully qualify for the new loan. Then you agree with a handshake that my bank will buy the house in cash for you, okay? Now the house is bought in cash. You can move into that house, okay? Now we're putting in cash offers, guys. We're putting in cash offers, which means you might be able to get a better deal. So there's that too, okay? You might be buying a brand new build and maybe there's no deal to get, but you're still able to get it. Now, my bank buys your house, your new house, cash. Literally, the day it closes, you get to move in. You get to move in. It's your house, okay? Now you have maybe a vacant house that's gonna sell faster, or maybe it just gives you the time to prep the house you're selling so that you can actually sell it. You've lived in it for 10 to 20 years. It's a little banged up, needs some paint, needs some cleaning on the floor or carpet, needs a little bit of TLC to get it to that level so you can get top dollar for your sale. It gives you that time. Remember, you've moved into the new house already, okay? All your stuff is out of that house. It gives you the space to do so. Now, the time also. You might be able to close on your new house, and then maybe your old house sells pretty fast because it's vacant now, okay? Maybe it's already in good shape. Maybe you take very good care of it, and that thing sells in a couple weeks. Boom, everything's done, okay? Now, after your house sells, then we do the loan on your new home. Okay, the loan you were originally going to get anyways. You have the equity, all the other stuff that you were approved on, your credit and your income, boom, we close on that loan, okay? Now, let's give you a different scenario. Let's say that the house is in really bad shape and it's going to take months. It's going to take months because you need to get contractors in there. Maybe there was an infestation that you didn't know because you had to move all your clutter out of there. Major problems. You have the time. You have the time to do that, okay? You are going to pay everything at the end, okay? Everything at the end. This program is not free. There is a small fee for it, but this solves problems. We use money as a tool to solve problems. Remember that, okay? Now, if you have a problem and you're willing on spending a little bit of money to solve it, this is what that program does. It is not for everybody. And to be honest with you, not everybody will qualify for this program because, one, you have to have enough equity in your current home that you're selling to put into the new home, okay? And some people don't have that. You need to have a little bit of cash and have a specific size of deposit in order to make this transaction work. So once again, not for everybody, but most people qualify for this, especially if they have a house to sell with a little bit of equity in it, okay? Just to put that out there. Now, like I said, this program is to solve problems, okay? It is not just to do willy-nilly or use because you want to use it. You can. You're the boss. When it comes to transactions, I'm the loan officer with all the answers, but you're the boss that tells us what direction you want to go in. Okay, I'll give you a perfect scenario of where this worked. So I had a client that lived in California and it was a clutter. They were hoarders. Okay, I'm talking about rows to walk through the house, a row to go from the front door to the living room, a row to the kitchen, a row to the bedrooms, just stuff everywhere, right? So what happened is the agent was selling their house and it took a long time to, to basically get it to a level to be shown. But even then, it was in bad shape. So I introduced this cash program because we were the lender on it. And I said, you know what, guys? Maybe you want to do this program because you already have a house that you want to buy in Arizona. These are people that were retiring. They were retiring here and moving to Arizona. And they were moving closer to a family member that they were going to take care of. That's where I get all these ideas from. And they wanted to be out there as soon as possible. So I said, we're going to do this program, presented to it, showed them the fees, showed them everything that was involved, told them they can move into their new house right now, which means they can take all the stuff out of their old house, move it to the new house, throw away whatever they didn't want. They did it. We bought the house cash. They moved in right away. It still took them a couple months to get all the clutter out. Okay, all the clutter out. Still took them I think it was 3 months, to be honest with you, to get all the clutter out because they were moving stuff from California to Arizona by U-Haul truck. They would come back and forth for a few different months and finally they got everything out. When they did get everything out, guess what? The house sold pretty darn fast. It sold pretty darn fast. But that also gave them an opportunity to be where they were at months earlier. It gave them an opportunity to get the house that they fell in love with and they didn't lose it to somebody else because they were able to utilize this program, okay? So basically, it's like a friend going, I'll front you the money, boom, bought the house, it's yours, pay me back when you guys are ready type of situation. But when you're ready is when you sell your house because you're taking that equity to put down on your new house and we do the loan. A lot of questions that I get, well, what interest rate will I get on this loan? What down payment will I get on this loan? Well, the truth is, it's going to be the same as it was before. So it'd be the same interest rate that the market is offering. We don't give you some crazy rate for doing this program, okay? It's going to be the same down payment, same guidelines as your regular conventional loans are, okay? There's nothing different about it. Now know this, you can only do conventional or VA, okay? There's no FHA, no USDA on this program. This is proprietary, so the only two programs that the bank has given an approval to do on are conventional. You could do down to 5% down, or VA, which VA is 0 down. If you're a vet, you get that benefit, okay? So once again, this program is solving problems. It's helping people go from point A to point B, making it much easier. And because, once again, when you're utilizing this program, our bank is buying the house cash. So cash is king. You have an opportunity to save money there. When you're going up against two different offers, let's just say there was one that was giving or offering full price and they're getting a loan and you're coming in, we're doing cash and maybe you're able to get the house for $10,000 cheaper, $20,000 cheaper because you're going to perform like cash. You don't have the contingencies that you have of the loan. You don't have to wait 30 days. You can close as fast as cash. The transaction that I gave you where people were moving from California to Arizona, That transaction when they bought it in cash was only about 2 weeks. It was only about a 2 week, about 2 weeks from start to close. 3 months to get them to move from California to Arizona, and then we did their loan. And now that everything's all buttoned up and put away in a nice place, but the transaction to get into your new house is only a couple weeks. So if you told someone, hey, I want to buy this house, it's going to be in cash, you don't have all the contingencies, I want it for $10,000 less, that's my offer. They look at that and then they go, this loan that may not go through is offering $10,000 more, but cash is king and this is good to go. So they may go with your offer. So you might have better opportunities at better deals when it comes to buying a house. So once again, this is for those people that are moving from area to area, most popular state to state, because there's a lot of migrating going on right now. And if this fits you, if you think you're the person that may benefit from this, just give us a call. Our phone number is plastered all over this thing. It's in our banner, it's in the description. Call us, text us. I'll also put a link there if you're just ready to get started and put in an application. So I hope this helps you. Have fun, be safe in your trip going from state to state, and you guys have a great day.